This is KCTV English News. I'm Hyung Shim. The construction project of a new port in the island will be pushed forward. Seoul finalized the basic plan of the nationwide new port construction project at a meeting at the government complex in Jeju City on August 1st. The finalized basic plan also covers that of the construction project of a new port in Jeju. Seoul will spend 2.86 trillion won to create the Jeju new port by 2040. The new port's outer and berth facilities will be built on the planned site in Samdo-dong, Geonip-dong, and Yongdam-dong in Jeju City. The berth facilities will be built to accommodate 4 220,000-ton international ships and 9 domestic ferries at the same time. Nearby sites will be developed into a complex for business, culture, and tourism. Construction will begin in 2023 after officials conduct a preliminary feasibility study, an environmental impact assessment, and finish compensation for fishing rights. The province expects the new port to attract 4 million tourists annually and foster an eco-friendly home port for cruise ships. The province canceled its approval of the foreign investment zone at Baitong Shinryuan Jeju Resort, which has been constructed by the China-based real estate developer Baitong Group. Provincial officials explained that Baitong Group failed to meet initial conditions of the approval during the investment implementation period. The company had promised to create a beer museum and ecological theme park, but the group didn't keep the promise. This is the second foreign investment project canceled by the province since the Jeju Resort complex. The province will levy all previously exempt national and local taxes from Baitong Group. The province had previously approved the company's plans to build condominiums, hotels, a beer museum, and an ecological theme park in Wimiri Namwon by 2016 with an investment of 230 billion won. The local temperatures have been on a steady rise over the past 50 years due to global warming. According to a report on climate change by the Jeju branch of Korea Meteorological Administration, the average annual temperature in Jeju Island continuously rose by an average of 0.29 degrees Celsius every decade for over the past 58 years from 1961 through 2018. The average temperature rise of the annual lowest temperature was twice the increase in highest temperatures. This led to a decrease in the number of extremely cold and frosty days. Similarly, the frequency of extremely hot days and tropical nights have increased by 1.5 and 5.2 days per decade, respectively, in Jeju. This is the highest increase in the nation. Please be careful of heat stroke. In related news, the Ministry of Employment and Labor advised workers to avoid working outdoors in extremely hot temperatures during the daytime. The ministry adjusted the safe working temperatures for people doing manual work outdoors during 2 to 5 p.m. from 38 to 35 degrees Celsius. Daytime temperatures that reach 35 degrees are one of the most dangerous times to be working outdoors. The ministry officials stressed the need for cool water, shade, and rest to prevent heat stroke among people working outdoors. 3 Chinese nationals have been sentenced to prison on charges of theft. They were charged with 4 counts of burglary from last December to this January. They were found to have stolen valuables worth over 20 million won. Jeju District Court Judge Lee Jang-uk sentenced 29-year-old and 27-year-old thieves each to 4 years behind bars. The other offender was sentenced to a 2-year term. The judge stated in his sentencing that the offenders had stolen large sums of valuables over a short period of time in overseas, and the damage they have inflicted is not restored. It's time again for Film Focus. Here's Mike Lehman with 2 movies available on KCTV's VOD service.
I mentioned briefly last week about how featuring KCTV's VOD service means we have access to movies we might not have known about otherwise. Well, that holds water again this week, as we have 2 new flicks that I'd never heard of before, but which both look like they're worth a watch. First, it's Ladies in Black, a comedy drama set in 1959 Sydney, when the times, they are a-changin'. And then it's on to Dragged Across Concrete, starring no less than Vince Vaughn and Mel Gibson. Welcome to another edition of Film Focus. I'm Mike Laidman.
Perfect.
There's something about a solid period drama that has one hankering for a simpler time. Although really, by the look of Ladies in Black, things weren't really all that much simpler 60 years ago. In 1959, in Sydney, Australia, European migration and the rise of women's liberation are about to change lives forever. It is in this fray that we find Lisa, a young, bookish schoolgirl with dreams of going to university and a life beyond that which her parents have. After securing a summer job at the prestigious department store Goods, Lisa forms a bond with the spirited Magda, head of the glamorous high fashion floor, and Patty and Faye, fellow sales ladies. Surrounded by a new world of possibilities, Lisa grows from a shy girl to a strong young woman, becoming a point of cultural change in the lives of those around her. It's always a nice little surprise to come across a film like Dragged Across Concrete, which features two pretty big names, completely by accident. And to have that movie be a good watch and not something that should just be swept under the rug is a positive boon. When two overzealous cops find a video of their strong-arm tactics leaked to the media, their ensuing suspension forces them to make some tough decisions. With little money and even fewer options, they turn to the criminal underworld to make ends meet. But there, they find much more than they ever bargained for. Dragged Across Concrete is a very apt title for this police drama, which follows more of a slow burn rather than high-speed thrill style of filmmaking. It's melancholy from start to finish, and with a perfectly cast Mel Gibson, is a pleasure to watch.
Musicians from around the world are performing in the Jeju International Wind Ensemble Festival. Taking a look at our weather, the skies will be very cloudy throughout Saturday. For more details, here's your forecast. The morning low in Jeju City will be 26 and the afternoon high will peak at 32 degrees. Down south in Seogwipo will have a low of 26 in the morning and a high of 31 in the afternoon. Over in Seongsan, the temperatures will be 25 in the morning, warming up to 30 degrees. Across the island in Kosan, we expect a low of 25 and a high of 32 degrees. And up on the mountain at Songpanak, we'll hit a low of 20, topping off at 26 degrees. Out on the water, winds will be out of the northeast and east at a speed of 8 to 13 meters per second, with seas between 1 and 2.5 meters. And here's what's coming up. Thank you for joining us today. Please find us on YouTube at KCTV News Jeju and on KCTV's VOD service. Please take care.